Since the dawn of political thought, the question who should rule has been a recurrent issue for argument and debate. The most logical and universal answer to this question is that the people should rule. Hence, democracy today is the widely accepted form of government. The biggest question today is not who should rule, but perhaps how should the people rule. One bone of contention between forms of democracies is the parliamentary forms of government or the presidential form of government. The parliamentary form of government creates a majoritarian tyranny. It is a serious accusation, but I would like to quote Rousseau, who commented on elections of England, arguing that the people of England are only free when they elect their member of parliament, but as soon as they are elected, the people are slaves, they are nothing. Voters don't always vote for qualifications, but for charisma, public image. High criminal record of politicians is the example. Countries with plural electoral systems have the further problem that the governments can be formed on the basis of plurality of votes than the overall majority. For instance, in the UK in 2005, Labour Party gained an overall majority in the House of Commons of 66 seats with only 35% of the vote. When the executive is in full control of the legislature, the House is practically powerless. But when there is a case of coalition governments, the executive just wants to entertain the smaller groups of parties and not the larger state interests. The executive sets the agenda and controls the decision making in the legislature. The excessive control of majority in the democracy and executive over the legislature is well seen in this system of government. The separation of powers are neglected, and there is a big tussle between judiciary and the two other branches of government, which unite against the judiciary. No wonder why much of our evolved constitutionalism has looked towards the US system to negate the pure Westminster model, be it judicial review process of law or be it federal principle. The presidential form of government, as discussed in the debate, has clearly many advantages over parliamentary model, such as better sampling of population, defined system of checks and balances, clear separation of powers, better stability, better security, and better application of principles of federalism, bicameralism, etc. There is a right to recall demanded in India, but with USA system it might not be needed because of the elections every 2 years. In today's time, where we have more unpredictability and sudden breakthroughs in every domain, it is the need of the hour to have an executive which is able and proactive to deal with the situation. It is only the Buddhist Sangh we talked about, where a democratic decision of Vajji Sangh led to their destruction by Virudhaka. Therefore, the leader to truly act as a father to its citizens, a strong will and constraint is needed. However, it is true that presidential systems have had their phases, with many democratic breakdowns in Latin American democracies and recent state of emergency in Sri Lanka. US has succeeded more owing to its extra checks which has put on government while the other countries do not follow. For example, capping the number of terms of a president, the limitations of president on going into lawmaking domain, or invoking emergency, and not declaring elections at will of the president. These are the safeguards adopted by the US specifically, which prevents it from being dictatorial. The final degree perhaps rests with the people and the values which they put in the system of the government. And India has undeniably been the prime example of values. We are not afraid to adopt the best conventions and evolve with time, better than both US and the UK. And it is these values which are the best suited for times ahead rather than being rigid on the form of government. As it is well said, failure isn't fatal, but failure to change might be.